Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe X here, and today I thought we'd take a look at Star Wars 6-inch Blackline series Princess Leia in her Boushh gear, or it's Boushh, so however you pronounce that. But bringing in the other Princess Leia from the same 6-inch line, as you can see that they're the same character. They're actually from the same movie, Return of the Jedi, where she first appears in this outfit, and then later on we see her in this outfit. Which I know I'm not spoiling anything here because if you're watching this, you're a Star Wars fan and you've had 30 years to watch this movie. So, first appears in this outfit, even being the same character. You can see that she's quite a bit taller now. She does have boots on, or I guess she's got boots on too. But it doesn't really bother me as far as the scale. Just because I usually have her laying on her side, like you see in the movie, whenever Luke Skywalker comes into Jabba's palace, she's laying sideways right in front of Jabba. So that's the way I have her posed on the shelf. You might do it different, but since she's laying down, it doesn't really mess up the scale with the other figures. Now, her being the female character, you kind of expect her to be a little bit shorter than, Darth Vader, Boba Fett here, and some of the other ones, and she is. So even with Boba Fett's legs spread apart, you can see that he's a bit taller than her. And also, let's bring in, Bossk, which is kind of a tall figure. Also, feet spread apart and still taller. So she still has that kind of female look where she's not going to be as tall as. Oh, well, here's Vader. So you can see Vader's much taller as well. So still, I think the scale works out fine for her being a feminine character or a female character. I mean, it's a little bit better than this. I like this one more. She's a little bit more beefy. Looks cool. But this one is a pretty nice figure. So you can get a little 360 here. You can see some nice paint here, some silver down here. The helmet's got quite a bit of detail. You can see the thermal detonator plugged into the side here. Backpack actually can come out. You got this nice little thing like you have on Boba Fett, which I like, just throwing those little things in there. I think it makes it look cool. But nice character, nice figure. I like it. It's going to be like the go-to Princess Leia, I think, for me. Just think it's the one where she looks the coolest. But you can see that there's some nice detail here with the gold and the bullets here. There's also some silver here, which might not be coming across. But if you kind of get it in the light, you can see that it is a different color than this brown here. You can see some orange paint. So there's paint apps all over this character. I really like it. The backpack does come packaged separate, and you can see that there is some kind of cool writing, if that will focus. Oh, what does that say? 5LL or something like that. And then this says 11 G7U CPT or U or something like that. I don't know what it is. But we'll go ahead and put that to the side. You also get the thermal detonator, which you can take off there. Now, she doesn't hold it in her hand very well, is one problem. I kept on trying to do that. I guess if you try to cup it correctly, if you want to display it on your shelf, you can. But it doesn't stand there very well. Get her, yeah, see, it just keeps on falling out, and then it'll roll off the shelf, and you'll lose it. But that same hole that we used to peg it in here, it looks a little off, but it's better than losing it. I just slid it over her thumb, so it's kind of sitting on top of her hand. Let's get that focused, yeah. So it doesn't look quite right, but at least I know I'm not gonna, lose the little ball here, the thermal detonator. So if you want to try that, you can do that, or you can just keep it pegged over here. So whatever you like, or you can keep it in the package, which might be what I end up doing because I end up losing stuff all the time. We'll set that to the side. Looking at the other accessory, it's this little staff thing. I think it's this way, to where this is at the bottom. I looked on the back of the package and it looked like this was the top. That's all I saw. So, yeah, it's got to be this way, and that way she shocks Chewie, I guess, whenever she brings him in. So, but no paint on this, so it's not really that exciting. But if it's accurate to what was in the movie, then fine. Taking a look at the helmet, and it's a little snug. It's a little bit more snug than your stormtroopers, but that's good so that you keep as you can see, it looks kind of proportioned to the rest of the body, which is nice. But whenever you take it off, she doesn't have a super deformed head. It still looks proportioned correctly, so I like that. But take a look at the helmet here. If we can get this thing to focus here, you can see that there's some silver going around here. There's silver here, but you can also see a little bit of silver paint up under here. to kind of make it look like it's, she's been in some battles and stuff like that. You can also see here to the side some silver and also some light brown paint to kind of give it a weathered look. So I like that. Also, the front piece right here is brown, but it's painted with some silver, but not completely like you did here. So it has that weathered look again. Same thing over here in the back. You can see some brown paint right here, so that it just doesn't look all this solid dark brown color. So it's kind of a little bit beat up, just like you have Boba Fett. So I like that. It doesn't need to look perfect. It needs to look like she's been in some battles. Then looking at the face sculpt, she's got a little bit more makeup on than she does here. So she's like very pale here, very fleshy looking. But you can see that like she's got some blush on. She was coming to save Han and made sure she was looking nice. Got some nice lipstick on and stuff like that. The eyebrows are a little bit more aggressive. It's like her eyebrows are in like pissed off mode, where in here she's like just come to terms with being a slave. So anyways, the face is a little bit different. I actually like this one a little bit better. This whole section right here, you can see that it is movable and through here as well, but there isn't like a little piece to undo it, or at least I didn't see one. You can see this thing has a peg right there that pegs into the back, so that stays into place. You can see that, yeah. But it does move and stuff like that, but it doesn't come off. As far as the articulation, the head, rotates, obviously. It does go up and down. The arms go out about that far. They rotate here. They also bend here in the elbow. They rotate at the elbow. The hands, they do go back and forth, and they do rotate as well. It does have the ab crunch here and rotates there. Nothing in the waist though. So I don't think, no, it's just all up here. I didn't think she had any waist. This section here is actually a harder plastic. You'd think it'd be soft, so you'd be able to bend her legs, but you can see that it's actually like kind of like a shell. So it's meant to stay there. So you're not going to get a whole lot of movement here in the legs. So if you wanted to put her in like some like crazy pose, or maybe kneeling down or something like that, I don't think you're going to be able to get it. You'd really have to work with it, but this is just really hard. Maybe you can take a hair dryer to that if you wanted to do something, but you might damage the figure. But the legs, they do have the joints where they could move back and forth. She does rotate here at the thigh and does have the double jointed knees. Also, in the feet, they go back and forth, and they also rotate as well. So, I really like this, this figure. I think it's a good one. You get her all suited up and stuff like that. I think it's the go-to, Leia so far, and it'll probably be my favorite Leia, to be honest. So, but thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.